Hello, somebody. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing great, and I hope that you're doing amazing. All right, welcome to another episode, and today we're going to be speaking about sacrifice. No, not ritual sacrifice. Just sacrificing for your dreams, not ritual sacrifice. That one is another episode. I'm joking. There is a quote from Eric Thomas that says, to be able at any moment to sacrifice who you are for who you can become. Man, that's powerful. To be able at any moment to sacrifice who you are for what you can become. Because, see, most of the times, the reason why we are so trapped is because of the man that we are. The man or the woman that you are is the person who is limiting you and has put you into this jail that you can no longer become more. For example, if you are someone who is now started, let's say, an acting career, you've started an acting career, you feel to yourself that you cannot cross paths, you can't be an actor and a lawyer. If you are someone who is a priest, you're a preacher, you feel, no, I can't start acting now. It is your passion, but then you feel there is a certain responsibility and obligation that you have to what you are that limits you from what you can become. So who we are now becomes a barrier for us. The reason why most people are not who they actually want to be is because they are trapped in who they are. Who are you? And what is now stopping you, if I may ask, from you becoming the real you that you actually do want to become? What are the things that you tell yourself that no, I would really love to do it, but I can't simply because of I have an obligation to this, simply because I feel that I can't just cross genres, I can't do with this or that. See, most of the times what limits us isn't the people that say negative words to us, but rather the negativity that comes from inside our own heads. When a ship is sailing, right, it does not matter how much water is around it. Doesn't matter whether it is in a lake, it is in a sea or an ocean. Doesn't matter as long as the water is around it. But as soon as the water starts to get inside,
Yo, you know where the danger is.
that is where the problem is. That is when it actually starts to sink. So it is not about how much negativity that is around you that will stop you from becoming. It is about the negativity coming inside of you that will stop you from ever being the best version of yourself that you know you can be truly and deeply inside yourself. You are limiting yourself. We were in Form 3, and then there was this teacher. His name was Mr. Mdavano. He comes in and then he says, have you ever watched Apocalypto? So that was a brilliant movie. I'm sure that you remember it. Man, that was a thriller. So everyone says yes. And then he asks, what is the quote that they say in the beginning of the movie? Well, no one knew. We just enjoyed the action and all. And he said, there's a quote that they say, and this is it. A kingdom cannot be destroyed from without unless it is destroyed from within. And think of how true that is. You are never defeated until you think that you are. You can never be successful until you think that you are. You can never be a failure, no matter how much you fail, until you think you are. Because there is a big and a keen difference between someone who is a failure and someone who fails. A failure is the personality, it's the character. It is recorded and ingrained in the DNA. But failing is an act. So, I want you to realize this. No person can get you down unless you allow them to bring you down. And no person ever has power over you unless you give it to them. The reason why your current boyfriend couldn't ask you, hey, who are you texting? Who are you speaking with at this moment? Before you were dating is because you had not given him the power. You were still not dating. So he couldn't do that. But once you gave him the power and the assurance to say, we are now in a relationship, now, uzabona, now he has the power to actually ask you and be like, where are you at this moment? What is going on? Who are you with? Why? Because you handed him over the power. No one has power over you unless you give it to them. So, negativity that is from outside has no effect unless it has been injected into your system. And now it is also from inside. The only true prison is your head. And simply because of that, to then now be able at any moment to sacrifice who you are for who you can become is now you saying to each and every negative thought in your head, no, I am not a failure. No, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. No, I am not the worst version of myself. I am unique. No one is like me. There are over 8 billion people in the world at this moment, and none is like you, and none is you. Recognize and realize how special you are. Because that is your true power. That really is your true power. Be who you are and cut off all the negativity from your mind. Stop blaming other people for the things that you yourself can change. Yes, I will accept that sometimes life can be hard. But even in those situations, you still carry the power of how you interpret what has happened to you. One of the great Stoics once was in a shipwreck, lost each and everything that he had owned and worked so hard for. But instead of thinking, well, life is hard, life has taken everything away from me, he saw that as a fresh page, as a new opportunity to start over, as an opportunity to actually realize what truly matters in life. Shit happens, but you still have the power to interpret what that shit means. Take your mind and make sure that it doesn't overpower you. Use it or be used by it. Whenever bad things happen, you still have power over your mind. Whenever good things happen, you still have power over your mind. Keep that. You are meant for more. The number one regret of people that are on their deathbed isn't things that they did. It actually is things that they wish they did. Dreams that they wish they pursued. Kids that they wish they had. Jobs and careers that they wish they got into. Opportunities that they wish they had just taken. You don't want to be like that. No wonder Miles Monroe then says that the richest place in the world is not found in South Africa where there are diamond mines. It is not found in Europe, Asia. No. The richest place in the world is the graveyard, because there you will find unpursued dreams, $1 million companies that were never built. There are politicians that could have changed the world but didn't. There are people who could have done more but didn't. And their minds could fetch a hefty prize because they were never used. It is a shame to die and for the gift inside of you to rust, malfunction, and wear out without ever being used. Realize and say to yourself, I am going to use as much potential as I have. If I am going to fail, I am going to start over. Because, hey, you don't want to be on your deathbed wishing, I wonder what would have happened if I had pursued that. I really wonder what would have happened if I just got into that business. I wonder what would have happened if we had actually pursued everything that we wanted in this life. I wonder. You don't want to be that. Live life to the fullest. And I don't want you to misinterpret this, because social media has also misinterpreted it. They now think living life to the fullest is going to the club, drinking so much you get drunk, having a lot of ladies. They now think living life to the fullest is wasting life. There is a difference between the two. Living life to the fullest has nothing to do with the club. Has nothing to do with having multiple ladies. Living life to the fullest has nothing to do with alcohol. But it has everything to do with you pursuing the man, the woman that you were born to. So that you can also be like Beyonce, who sings and says, I was here, I lived, I loved, I made my mark. You can, you will, and you must. Alright, thank you so very much for watching. So please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. And for the algorithm, thank you so very much. Have a wonderful day. Cheers. And don't forget to keep on keeping on. Cheers.